We are live. Welcome to the Manimal Zone. We got Carrie Stellar in the girls' corner.
Rocking it live. Rocking it live. We're rocking it on what's a Monday?
Oh yeah, getting down on a Monday.
We just trained.
Yeah, we trained for a good 2 hours. We did hill
hours.
sprints, jiu-jitsu, some stuff with the mace, some lifting. We had a good ass day.
Strength and conditioning. Yeah,
we didn't get too high either.
No, I cannot wait to show that.
Not too high. We rolled a little bit too.
I have to.
You're
I have to be careful with that because of the smoking when we hit pads because I have no coordination. But smoking, rolling, I like that. I'm like, oh, let's just have some fun.
Some people do like that.
I had fun.
Oh, and then we got the water of life out of the artesian.
Isn't it the jiu-jitsu? Who does it? 10th Planet that they do the tournaments high? Who was
high rollers tournament. One of my friends, Fabian, he does it. He's like, man, I don't know. I think I got too high. I'm like, you think? But they were doing wax, dabs, and I personally don't like to train high, but I love to coach high.
Yeah,
I love coaching high. Let me get that. So,
sorry, John's the best coach ever.
Oh, stop. So listen, Fight Island, good fights. You want to go, Kerry? What do you want to do? Top down or bottom up?
Let's go bottom up.
Go bottom up. I got some notes. So let me see what I got. Oh, so there was a undercard fight. Bargayev versus Santos. Did you see this fight? The guy Bargayev is 10-0. He's fighting this guy Santos, who I, of course, had to pull for because he's 40. And he won tough Brazil. So, but in this fight, the Bargayev eye poke Santos.
Mm-hmm. I think
they don't call the foul. Then he knees him in the groin twice.
Yes, I did see that.
Then he knees him in the face on the ground. Yo, on Fight Island, I feel like it was fucking bloodthirsty.
There's no rules.
Tell me it wasn't bloodthirsty. It was bloodthirsty on Fight Island.
It was Jose Aldo, that fight. I was really mad.
Let's talk about that. I was upset about that.
I was really mad. We were talking. I was like, I'm pissed.
He looked good. Okay,
we were just talking about this last week. Fighter safety, calling the fight too early or calling it too late. And that was a clear-cut case of a fight called way too late. He could have called it like 20 strikes ago.
A minute. I think a full minute earlier.
I was blown away.
Why take that beating?
Like, it was unnecessary. Jose was literally at best surviving by covering up, and that was it. He wasn't doing anything to advance. He moved a little bit here and there. I don't give a shit what you say. That's still not enough to keep that fight going. I don't care, period. As a person that wants to be a referee, not enough.
Jose Aldo was just like, is my beating done yet?
He was surviving.
Like, is my beating done yet?
Yeah.
No, he's like, is this fight over yet? Like, really? It's really... And why... I understand that they were trying to give Jose Aldo, time to recover, but there's a point. As the ref, you got to know that guy's done.
Well, and that's your professional job. Like, you literally take courses and have to get recertified every year to keep your job as a referee, and there's not enough First off, I don't give a shit what anybody says. I'm going to put this on the record that they are paid, some of them under the table, definitely paid to let certain fighters do certain things and get away with certain shit that, like, you see them, pulling toes in the cage, pulling on gloves. Two people that are allowed to get away with that shit, Conor McGregor and John Jones. They can get away with whatever they want. And it's usually who that refs their fights? Herb Dean, the biggest guy to take a fucking payout. Sell out, motherfucker.
Hold on. Now I have another theory.
Someone's going to get mad.
Were some of the fights a little skewed because there was a small private group of fans? Did you see that? That there was like a really elite fan group? The stadium wasn't empty. There was like 50 fans. They had servers. Look close again. They had like servers in the background. I think they had like a high-end like Arab maybe or oil magnate sheiks.
Could have very well been skewed.
Were there bets on the fights that influenced the outcome? So that Bargayev fight, that guy usually when you knee a guy, when you knee a downed opponent, you usually get instantly DQ'd.
Oh, instantly, yeah.
Right? And they let it go.
I know.
When that guy was coming back. And that guy was 10-0. I think he was a favorite. The guys bet a ton of money on him. And then they're like, yo, let that fight go. Like, is the fix in? I don't know about the Holloway-Volkanovski fight, but I gave the fight to Holloway.
I gave the fight to Holloway.
I think 80% out of the people I spoke to.
You can even see Volkanovski, I think, gave it to Holloway because he looked even, like, relieved. He looked relieved at that decision, not like I want relieved at best.
He was relieved, sure, because I gave Holloway 4 rounds.
Me too. Clear 4.
I gave him 4.
There wasn't even.
Was close.
I don't think it was
one.
that questionable, in my personal opinion.
I think 4 would have been close.
The first
Five,
was
I
all
gave
Holloway,
I
second
gave
was
round
all
5 to
Holloway.
Volkanovski.
420%.
I gave round 5 to Volkanovski.
Yeah.
And don't get me wrong, Volkanovski looked good, but fucking Max Holloway looked
even
so
better.
good.
He looked
spinning back kick to the head kick.
He looked amazing.
Dropped him
He
twice.
looked amazing.
Dropped him twice.
I like his hair.
I mean, he looked great.
It was the hair.
That he had short hair.
It was the long hair. Holloway?
Holloway, he grew his hair out a
Yeah,
little
nice
bit.
pompadour going on. I like
Yeah,
that
the
shit.
pompadour. No, but when the fuck has he ever thrown kicks in a fight? Like that many
not
kicks?
No, not that often.
Like spin kick, front
Not
kick.
often enough, and I think that I think honestly the Zoom thing was a play on he was definitely training out of it. There's no way. But he looked fantastic. I was so excited for
Yeah,
him.
but he might have just been
So
training
excited for
like
him. And you know
by
what? It's a
himself,
travesty.
and maybe with
Yeah.
one guy.
It's a travesty that he didn't win that belt back. They're gonna have to run it back, and Holloway's
But
gonna
it's
win
stupid
it
to run it back because on paper, Volkanovski has 2 wins. They have to have
I know.
another. You would have had to give it to Holloway to have a rubber match. You can't have a rubber match.
Oh, you're right. But no.
Volkanovski's
You know
not
what,
going to
fans-
do it.
He's
gonna
not.
do
The
it.
fans are gonna turn around and say, "We want to see another one." It just is what it is. It's how people are. I want to see another one. We're not going to get to.
There's absolutely no benefit for Volkanovski to take
No,
that
there is
fight.
for the fans. That's it.
And for Holloway,
Yeah.
but there's no benefit for
Yeah.
Volkanovski. Oh, yeah,
Oh,
steamroller.
shit.
You jumping in?
Yeah, I'll jump in a sec. Yes, these things.
We are.
Alright.
So,
We rocking.
Volkanovski, yeah, there's no benefit for him to
No.
take that fight.
No.
But Holloway, I thought, won. It would have set up a great
Definitely.
rubber match then.
It would have been the best. But you know what? Like there's
'Cause those
so
were good
many
fights,
that I'm
too.
waiting for. We're waiting for the Diaz McGregor trilogy
You
because
like
they
that trilogy?
just for entertainment.
Hold on, I got a
value.
funny story.
For
I
entertainment.
got a
value
funny
alone.
story
Yeah.
about that fight. So one day, me and my boys are watching old fights, and so one of the old fights we're watching is McGregor Diaz 2.
Yeah.
And one of my boys is tripping balls, right? So he's like 10 grams deep on mushrooms, and he's watching the fight, and he's like, I can't believe they're fighting the third time. And that was like, he's like, this fight's so good. I was like, bro, this is the second fight. It's an old fight.
There is no third.
He's
fight.
like, oh man, he thought he was watching the
That's
third fight. He thought we
hysterical.
were watching the fight live. I was like, man, I need
They
what
have
you
a
have.
third fight. Diaz
You like a
takes
third
it.
fight.
Yeah, Diaz takes it.
I mean, it's not bad, but I
They're
think
still gonna want
McGregor's going to want.
They're gonna want back
McGregor's gonna
McGregor.
knock him out. It's every fight again.
You think so?
McGregor's gonna not.
Well, you know what? Diaz takes way too much time between.
I want to fight these.
Yeah, what, 55
I
or
promote that for
70?
you. I promote the fuck out of that.
Wanted that fight. for
New
a while.
York.
Yo.
No, East Coast versus West Coast.
Law versus Diaz Academy.
Yo,
I want to fight AJ Agazon. I'll take that dude at 45.
Yo, this
Or,
sorry guys, it's garbage time.
guys, we are live. There's a garbage truck. We're in New York City. This is the way it goes. Well, Long Island. Sorry, Suffolk. We in Suffolk. My bad. It's New York. We're in Long Island.
But that would be a very promotable fight.
James Gonzalez fight Colin Gracie.
That'd be
I like
awesome.
it.
That'd be awesome.
At 55, you fight Nate. And then Ally Quinta versus Nick at 170.
That would be amazing.
Law versus Diaz.
That would be amazing.
You heard it here first, guys. We have
Let's
to
do
be, Bellator half UFC. We'll do
They're
it all
gonna
on
have
the
to, they
UFC.
are going to eventually have to do that if in fact everything keeps going in the way it's going. But we're not getting into that.
I love Nate Diaz. I went to his seminar when I was an amateur down in Orlando, Florida. And like it was like a good seminar, but like he kind of like taught like a 1-2 and like an armbar, and then he didn't give me a free shirt, and I paid $80, and then ever since then I wanted to fight him.
Yeah.
I mean, I like Nate Diaz too.
That's what we should.
No, I like it. It was a good seminar.
You should, Nate, if you're watching this, send Steamroller a shirt.
Yeah.
Yeah, like come on, $80 for a seminar.
Hey, come
and
train
not
down
even
here.
a shirt.
Quarantine you can.
Should come to law.
You all right.
That'd be fun. We'll definitely
You
get
all right.
Holy Smoke.
Who the fuck am I? You're Matt. Damn it.
Oh, so, yeah, I wish Holloway would have got that, because then it's like, well, who does he fight now?
It would have been fun. No, yeah.
It's tough. What other fight was there? Oh, Jose Aldo Pigayan. I thought Jose Aldo looked good.
Until
Yo, he was like
I
a
always
nice
say, I'm
left.
gonna tell you that, but
He looked good. Hey, listen, he had his moments to win that
yeah,
fight.
we had a lot of them.
He started throwing kicks, which was
He
great.
looked like old Jose Aldo.
If that was a 3-round fight, he won.
Yeah.
If that fight was 3 rounds, not a title fight, he won that fight.
But you know what's crazy? As soon as I saw Jan fight Faber. That was just a terrible fight to get Faber. Bad. But I was just like, yo, this dude's gonna be hard to beat. I knew immediately he's got something special.
Should we wait for this garbage truck to move? This thing is kind of loud.
I'm louder. I'm kidding. Sorry.
We are. We have fans watching.
Hey guys.
Surprising that anyone wants to come down. A little show, a little gun show.
Yo, progress.
Look, open it up.
Progress.
So you gotta, open it up so you see the peak.
Progress.
Yeah.
Progress.
There you go. Okay. The
Progress.
garbage truck is moving.
So excited. Thank you.
I had some
Even
notes
my
too.
abs.
So
Look at what you did. You transformed me.
I thought Jose Aldo could have, they could have stopped that fight a minute earlier. But other than that, he really did great in that fight. It was good to see him throw kicks again.
It was great to see him through.
Yeah, and he was landing great kicks
Yeah,
too.
because
Great
remember
kicks
how
to
he
the
went
leg.
24 favor with that and literally took him out with leg kicks.
Just
Where he couldn't even, I mean, if you can't get up a fight, you can't.
I mean, Peter Yan's tough because he was eating him up. He was eating him up with shots. And those left hooks to the body. I'm telling
he's
you.
From,
Steve,
is
you
he
gotta
from
watch that one.
Dagestan? Because they were saying it's the second bout to go to Russia. Is he from Dagestan?
Peter Yan. I'm not sure where Yan's from.
No,
he's definitely from an Eastern Bloc country, though.
I felt like they said Russia.
Yeah, I think it's somewhere over there. But I know he does his whole camp at Tiger Muay Thai in Phuket, which I love that gym. I've been to Tiger Muay Thai 3 times now.
That's a trip I do want to make one day is go to Thailand.
God,
just
it's amazing
for 1,010,000 reasons.
Oh,
yeah.
love
I don't know
There's
why
like
I
not
never
just
wanted
one,
to go to
it's amazing.
Thailand. I don't know. I never had the urge.
Maybe your soul just
Really?
doesn't feel like connected there for some reason.
I wonder why. Everyone's like, I love Thailand. I'm like, yeah, I never wanted to go. But, you know what I wanted to talk to you about, Steamroll? Listen, Joy here. Reebok switching out and Venom coming in. Like, I'm curious about that because, first of all, I remember Venom, I'm relatively mature in the game. And I remember Venom back in the day, maybe a decade ago, being okay. They were never, like, huge.
Yeah.
And now they've replaced Reebok. Yeah. So where the fuck?
They need to step their game up. I mean, I never had Venom gear, but from what I hear, is that Venom makes really legit stuff. And for, like MMA equipment. The one thing that I was hearing about Nike and Under Armour is that they don't have any MMA equipment. Like, of course, they're big brands and they got awesome like shoes and clothes and whatnot. But for MMA stuff, for like spats, gloves, just MMA gear, I think Venom is the and we'll see. They got to step up their game. They're the UFCs.
Well, yeah,
they're gonna be the fight kits are gonna be Venom.
Yeah,
I mean everything's gonna be Venom. So you got to think that they're gonna come out the gates like with the best they got.
Hard. Yeah.
So I'm
okay, hold on. We got fans.
Aldo, new marketers and designers.
Just so Aldo was too hesitant. 10-8 for Max, dropped him twice. Aldo doesn't have a gas tank to go 5 rounds now. He cuts down to 35. He looks better at 35 gas tank wise, though. I think 3 round for Aldo. Yeah, I agree. 3 rounds. Aldo won that fight. It was 3 rounds. Yeah. My wife texted me to tell me to respond to the person in our chat.
Oh, thank you so much.
Thank you, Tammy.
Thanks,
Thank
Tammy.
you.
She could be our PR.
She's our PR, yeah.
She is, she's awesome.
Tammy's the best.
We need
Tammy's like the best.
Like that's the best thing ever.
You ever watch Spider-Man and he's like, I want to just be the guy behind the chair. Not
I
Spider-Man. He's like, you go out. I'm going to be the guy back. She's the girl in the chair.
Who's the guy behind
Alfred.
Yes.
She's Alfred.
Tammy, you're our Alfred.
You're our Alfred. Yeah. Thanks for the heads up. So, but Aldo, he's not really – he wasn't – even 5-round fights at 145 when he was younger was tough.
Mm-hmm.
So at 135, he actually looked pretty good considering his chin holds up good.
The same thing, yeah.
His chin looked good. But I want to get back to the Venom thing. Did you hear anything from the UFC about how they're going to work that? I heard compensation. I heard they're going to pay more to the fighters.
They have to.
I heard they're going to give the fighters more compensation.
I think it's April 2021 is when Venom's going to step in.
Okay.
And I think hopefully they pay us more. Right now, Reebok, when you're your first, I think it's like your first 3 or 4 fights, you get 3,500.
Yes.
And then after that, you get $5,000.
Still
and then 10, and then I think title fights 40.
Am I personal opinion?
I know. I mean,
hate to
it's the
say
only
that.
it's the only
Is that really
sponsor
rude
we
for me
can
to
wear. I mean,
I mean,
that
okay.
sucks.
I made more in
Look at that
sponsorship.
room.
No.
I made more in sponsorship myself. You know,
Well, this is what I was going to say,
so-
and this is the importance of what we were talking about before. And I've talked to so many fighters about this, is because the UFC took that out of your hands for you guys to be able to have other sponsors. So what you need to do is really concentrate on your social media, because you still have an avenue even better than the UFC to be able to promote those people.
It's more work.
And you
Then
need
you
to
gotta
show
work.
what
It's
you
work.
do is you show them your stats, right? You should turn your regular page into a business page, because then it shows all of your insights.
That's what I do.
And you could show
can see
your
my
posts
analytics.
versus your story. And your story, my story, gets more views than my posts get likes on both
MMA
my
holes.
Facebook and on my Instagram.
Odin for president.
Yeah.
And then you put everything else in there, like, hey guys,
The MMA holes.
what's
Listen, Odin for president. Odin said he would put an end to frost giants. Do you see any frost giants around? You know, hail Odin. Praise the old gods. So,
You've been teaching me.
I
That's
mean-
a part of our training. A part of our training.
No, it's
is
not
learning
really.
No, it is.
no.
Well, we
I
do.
just
We
told-
talk about bullshit.
I'm
We
very
talk
biased.
about good stuff.
What
You're
other
opposite.
fight did we have
A lot
that
of
was
people are
good?
biased.
Oh, Rose Andrade. Yo, I wish that was 5
Rose's
rounds.
face. I wonder
I wish
how
that
long
was a
she's going to have to
5-round
stay in Dubai because of her eye and her. She's not going to be able to get on a plane for a while.
You know what I was
Dubai's,
surprised
like,
about? Can I
destroyed.
sound racist? Can I sound a little
Yeah, sure,
racist?
bring it.
Okay, I'm
I
surprised.
mean, these days,
there was-
I don't know if I would do that.
No, but it's
You
against.
might get,
but it's
like-
no,
You
but
have
it,
to say it now.
now I have to say.
Fine.
I'm surprised in United Arab Emirates that they had a few girl fights and that the girls
I'm not-
wore sports bras and short shorts.
I'm not. You want to know why?
Like I thought that they might have made the girl. Okay, I know this sounds racist. I thought
No,
maybe
it's
they
not.
were
It doesn't sound racist at all.
sexist. I know, but
No,
I'm not sexist.
You're
I'm
being
just
a
saying
realist about what
they're
are
in Saudi
about.
Arabia.
Absolutely.
I'm just, I know
It's not sexist,
in
that's
Muslim
realism.
culture you're supposed to be covered up. Like,
Yes.
Oh,
'Cause
yeah.
especially
Even
when I
your
saw,
face to a certain extent is supposed to be covered up.
especially when I saw Paige Van Zandt come out in a full top.
I thought they were going to.
I was like, oh, is every girl going to be full top?
No, because the fight before that,
But
the
no,
female fight
yeah.
on the undercard.
Exactly. Oh, I feel bad for Paige.
I
I
do.
like
I love
Paige.
her. I'm a big fan. But you know what?
I feel bad for her.
She'll have a good career somewhere else, and she is so marketable to do other things other than the UFC. Like when she did Dancing with the Stars, she really got a big following outside of MMA, and she's so talented in so many different areas. That girl's just an athlete in general.
I tweeted at them, her
Yeah.
and Austin, that they should just do a fans only page. I pay $100 a month for it.
They're amazing.
He told me if
They're
it was
so
only
fun.
that easy. So
They're
I
so
was
fun. It
like,
is.
if it was only easy, I was like,
They
Austin,
can
it
get
is
their own
that easy.
app made.
But it is that
It
easy.
is. They
Yo,
can get their own app made.
I'm like,
Actually,
they're both hot.
why are we giving their
They're
ideas?
married.
You gotta get-
Well,
somebody
I'm not
knows
fucking
you.
anyone on camera. No one wants to see
I'm
me
not
fuck.
saying that. I'm just saying.
I'm not getting a
fans only.
Get an app
Those
made
naked
for your
pictures they were doing.
Yeah,
for a
I'm
while.
saying you
shit.
can pay
That's
for
funny.
I'm telling you, I've seen
I don't follow
worse.
them that much.
I've
for now.
seen worse.
You know who's a big fan of? There's a couple of the female MMA fighters that run their page through their
Fans
their
only, yeah.
sexuality. No, you got like Felice Herrig. She's the shit she puts up, and what's her face?
Well, she likes
Angela
cosplay,
Maganga was
too.
huge, and you know who she used to like do a lot of stuff with that people didn't realize. And if you saw on Twitter, Beck Rawling and her did a lot of like, oh yeah, they took
Listen,
pictures and that together. It was crazy. I was like, not fucking, but they were.
Sexual. But
They
I
looked at the name.
refer always to Marilyn Monroe about this.
Mhm.
A girl being pretty, right, or using her sexuality is like a guy being rich. It's not everything, but it helps.
Of course.
She's like, she's
Sex
like,
sells.
fuck it, because that is,
Sex sells. Actually, as a matter of fact,
Go look at
Shout out-
Steamroller's Instagram.
shout out to Chris. Shout out to Chris from MMA Host because he actually interviewed me and he goes like this. He goes, Carrie, you post a lot of sexy stuff sometimes or whatever he said. I'm like, sex sells, Chris. Sex
You gotta
sells.
give the
Just
people
so,
what they
if
want.
It's what it
Andrade,
is.
so just so was like that, Andrade started taking over.
Yeah.
Yo, in a 5-round fight, I like Andrade. Oh, and she had great
Her head
movement.
movement.
You know
was
what I'd like to
amazing.
break down?
Amazing.
Let's do a breakdown of that. Andrade's
Next
head
week.
movement as
For
the
Thursday.
shorter fighter.
Thursday.
I love that.
Yeah.
Yeah, we'll do
Yeah.
a technique breakdown too.
Because we do have, even though my height, I'm not taller than you, my length.
I'll do
To
it
even
with
show
Steamroller
I
maybe.
think I'm with the females.
I'll do it maybe with Steamroller because that
So
height
you have
difference.
great head movement and I.
And then you,
Amazing.
I don't know. I feel like I've got hit
She's
enough in
got-
my whole life
Yeah.
to last
That
me
was
forever.
amazing.
Unlike Steamroller feels. I feel like if I never got hit again, I got hit enough.
No, I feel you.
I mean, that's how you must feel that way.
The two last guys I fought were 6'3". The last two guys, so I had to work my head movement a lot getting in there too.
Yeah,
You know,
it's
I like
hard.
that.
And Andrade
Yeah.
did great because she had
was
good movement.
fantastic.
when you're the smaller guy,
And
you gotta
she
move
was
that head
landing-
coming in.
Because
You gotta have
you're
the
coming
cardio
in
to
under
do that,
fire.
too. That's a lot of.
And I think the
she's
jab
very
too
active
super
if you think
important for
about
the
it.
shorter guy. The short guy has to jab a lot.
Almost
to
as
get
if
it.
like it looked like, at least in like the second round, and even when you were watching her, she was coming in on the a lot of the counter punches and coming in to get to her more than anything, which is she's shorter, so that's really what you kind of got to do. Yeah, she is.
So
Andrade.
fucking
Andrade,
Andrade.
she's insanely
So
jacked.
jacked.
I heard people
Rose is
saying
very
that was
lean.
like a fight of the year candidate.
It's a great
It
fight.
was I said, I actually called that. I think I might have said it on Facebook. I'm like, oh, that fight.
I saw it like they Pat Barry and Rose did that video in the hospital saying like, oh, Wei Lee, like sorry we had the best female fight of the year or something like that.
Another 2
If
rounds.
it was
it would've
5
been.
rounds, it could have been. But I think in 5 rounds,
But hey, that's the fight.
Jessica might have taken it in 5 rounds.
they might have stopped it because
Without a question.
it was rough.
Jessica was.
I was rough.
It is what it is, but you know what? I want to see another fight with them.
It's a good fight.
I do.
You can have a rubber match.
Fight.
Well,
I
now
said
you
from the
can,
beginning, I want this to go all 3 rounds. I really want to see a war. You know.
if they make it a main event on a fight night, then it'll be a 5 rounder. I'm saying that let's do Andrade Rose 3 because the truth is neither one of them beats Wei Lee.
No.
So fuck it.
No offense, please.
No offense. You could do Wei Lee Joanna too.
Oh, they have to. They have
the
to.
fight
eventually.
to make is, we were saying it last week, Rose and Wei Lee.
Rose and Wei?
Rose and Wei Lee that's going to be a huge fight.
It's a
Everyone
huge
loves
fight.
Rose.
Well,
Everyone
no, it
loves,
will be for that reason alone.
that's
Tough
gonna
fight
be
for
a
Rose.
great fight.
And then maybe have Joanna fight for title contention to fight the winner of that.
Maybe. I mean, isn't
Rocket that way.
Joanna versus Andrade.
Yes.
That'd be a good fight.
Is
That
the
would be a
one with
great
Tatiana
fight.
Suarez? Is she in that division or
She's
She's
Tatiana's
115,
115, but I don't
She's
know
in
if
there.
she's right now. If she's in the top, I'm not sure where she is.
She's
But that
she's
doesn't
a
have
dark
anything
horse,
to say.
right?
It might also be on the fact that she's
She's not active. She's hurt.
also her presence isn't as necessarily.
that big win.
People need to run their. She's a pretty girl. She needs to run her fucking face. I'm
She's
sorry.
awesome. I
She's a
love
pretty girl. She's
Just
got a good
so, like-
personality. She needs to run off of that.
Yeah.
Just so like
That was
Joanna
yourself,
versus
ladies,
Wei
in a
Lee.
good way, not for sex.
Kerry, just so like Joanna versus Wei Lee too. He thinks Joanna won the fight against Wei Lee.
Honestly, there's a lot of people that I would not have been upset if they would have been like, I mean, it was so close and it was a very points wise.
I had Wei Lee.
But if for me, you know me, I'm a big fan of like how the effect was. Like, did you effectively take your opponent out? And looking at Joanna's face, it definitely Bailey.
Oh, what you mean when this is on your head? It influences you when your head is this fucking big. Yeah, she got. I mean,
it should.
yo,
I
that
think it
thing
absolutely
was so.
That's why.
Steamroller. How big was that thing?
She looked like
That was a hematoma and a half.
That was the
That-
craziest
That
thing
was a
I've ever seen in my
hematoma on
life.
a hematoma.
But she always gets.
She was growing another
She
head.
always gets really big hematoma. She always does.
You know those
That was
two-headed
just the biggest one
giants?
she ever had.
Like
Yeah.
she's like a
She
two-headed
looked like she
giant.
had yeah, it's a conjoined twin.
Yeah, that's what she was starting to look like.
Now
We're rough. We're
there is
brutal.
something to be said for that, and that's why if there was if there was a 5-round fight with Rose and Andrade, it would have gone to Andrade. They would have eventually stopped it. Rose's eye was a disaster. Her whole
Rose's
face was
eye
becoming a
was
disaster
rough.
really quick. Her
Yeah,
nose
it
was.
was.
I love her personality. Though.
Oh, she's so cute, and she didn't care. She didn't care. That's what the same thing. Everybody felt bad for Paige. I love Paige, and I felt bad that I wanted her to win, but she's been covered in blood and didn't give a.
But
like, she
it's
don't
worse
care.
to lose the way she
I
lost
know.
because she
her.
just got dusted,
I know.
which is sad.
It is sad.
Like it's better for Paige to have had a bloody fight and went on her shield.
Absolutely.
How'd that fight go? She got taken down in armbar.
So what happened? Whoa, but
Is
So
that
they
a
had a good
broken arm,
scramble.
too?
I think it was the other arm.
Yeah,
It
and
doesn't
that's what I
matter.
said. It's a shame because she's over her arms.
When you hurt one,
Yeah,
the
I
girl
know.
gets the other one,
I
and
know.
it was under the armpit.
I know.
I got to do a breakdown for that too.
We'll
Remind
do
me.
that.
So what happened was she took her down and she had her in judo hold, and then Paige went to get out the back.
Yep.
But when she went to get out the back, Rebus threw the leg over and had the belly down armbar and
Yeah.
tucked her arm under her armpit.
That's slick.
Yeah,
Slick, very
Yeah.
slick, very slick.
that was a really, really.
There was two
really
great submissions that night I wanted to talk about. So there was that submission was beautiful because it's nice when someone's going to take your back
Mhm.
and you're able to reverse that
Yeah.
and armbar. That was great. And then the other one, let me see. There was a fight. I think it was in your com. Let me see.
I think it was
Oh,
too.
yeah, it was like a dart anaconda.
Mhm.
Yeah, let me look it up. Which fight it was? Amir Khan head and arm off the back to the anaconda. That was a great move. So he was riding the back, and he was going to slip off.
Yep.
So instead of slipping off the front, he went. It looks like a guillotine, but it's not because his arm's inside. Head and arm, and when that guy rolled out of it, he darts.
Yeah.
Nice.
So when he rolled out of it, they were on the side, darts choke, and he used his other knee to push down his top arm and put him.
Yeah. We should do
out.
breakdowns.
We should do some
and
breakdowns
stuff.
because he put him out.
Because that way you can break down how
so
it's done.
he's having a conversation with the ref. He's like, he's out, and the ref is like, oh,
Thursday we'll
like
see
it's
who
a
we
few
could-
seconds.
Yo, let's see who we could get to come down Thursday, and if we could get some kind of Zoom on it and like film it from right here and get some breakdowns and shit.
Because we got a nice view here, guys. Let's take a look
You know what I mean?
at what we got going.
No.
Yeah, it's all right. I mean, I've been in worse places. So, okay. So that submission was great. Hold on, I had more notes. Oh, Yuri Pikashov knocked out Ozdemir. Kung Fu. I mean, he was doing some good Kung Fu. You know, opened up cloud. He was doing like cloud hands together. He was casting spells. He was.
Yeah.
He was entertaining.
Misdirection. He was very entertaining. So that fight you saw.
Yeah, I saw that.
I mean, Ozdemir was hitting him with some shots, but
Ozdemir is game, and that's why when that guy came in, that was his UFC debut. He had a lot of hype, and they gave him Ozdemir as his first fight in the UFC, and he showed up. You know, that hype train is real. He's right. He's a new contender, Kavish, and then now there's this guy in there. So.
Glover, don't forget Glover is making a comeback.
Yo, and everybody always
Old
counts him
man
out.
strength.
Everybody counts him out. I'm like, dude, he'll have one big
I'm
fight.
gritty in that Anthony Smith
How about that fight? Glover versus that guy. What's his name? I forget.
Pervich. Yuri. Fuck, I wrote it down.
We'll just call him
Yuri.
Yeah.
Yeah, 205-pound
It's
Yuri.
crazy.
good.
That's
You
as
look
crazy
great.
as Joanna's last name. It doesn't even is that
Sure.
how does that even?
Oh, Marab. I couldn't say Marab's
How does that
name
even?
forever. Valishvili.
It took me
It
a
was
while to learn
forever
how
I
to
could
say
say
that.
his name.
I actually have to contact fighters sometimes.
How about
before I
Beneducci?
interview them. I contacted you,
It's
ask
hard
you,
to say. Yeah.
and then you were like,
if you're not
I
Italian.
said Beneduce. So you were like, right? I said something like that.
Close.
And you were like, almost there, and I'm like, ah.
Frivola's easy. Steamroller Frivola.
Yeah.
So when you can rhyme
Yeah.
your last name, nickname, it helps.
Yeah.
Yeah, this guy Yuri, he was the Risen champ. So
Rizen's crazy too, because Risen kicks the head on the ground. Right, so Risen is like the old Pride. You know, it's Pride reborn is Risen.
And his last fight before he was in the UFC, he knocked out CB Dalloway.
Who was very good. Yeah.
That's a big one. And then he.
I was gonna say he was over in Bellator then, yeah.
Well, he knocked out King Mo and Risen.
Because Bellator and Risen crossed.
I was just gonna say
Bellator. If you bring me to Japan, you will never see him out in a wolf skin with a dragon, a fucking dragon, and 4 bitches.
Yep.
Each dressed like the Manimal's animals. I'm just saying. I guarantee fucking to you. I will put on a show in Japan like you've never seen before.
Dude, I'll go with you.
Steamroller will be there. Yeah, he'll be Thor. You're Thor.
I got you.
So you can carry the hammer. I'll come out with the dragon. Okay. So, just saying. Showmanship.
We'll make it happen.
Let's see. What is just so said? I remember Ronda versus Kat. I thought it was similar position. Rebus versus Paige, the way she stepped over and chopped her arm. Yeah, Rebus.
Yeah.
Rebus, though. Paige's jiu-jitsu is better, though. Paige has good jiu-jitsu. So to get her, like that Rachel Ostrovich fight.
Yeah.
I have to watch that.
Really good
she has good jiu-jitsu. I like Paige. I hope she finds a home in Bellator. It's just that she might not be able to get
UFC
paid.
did exactly. They when they want to get you out, they get you out, and it's just that simple. And it's funny because people don't look at it like that, but I've seen them like push out really great fighters, and it actually sometimes works out. To the other promotion's benefit because they pick up somebody that's great, that's a name that's got a following that people want to see and like to watch. So one person's loss is another person's gain, and it happens all the time. And I think that there's so many. I think you're going to see room for other organizations to pop up, or maybe what would be cool if UFC had like a smaller like a theater or
But that's what they do with
makes
Contender
sense.
Series.
I know,
it's not,
but
its
it's
own
not enough. It
organization,
needs to
yeah.
be more.
That's what they used to do
something.
with WEC.
Yes.
Remember, WEC was like the theater.
Yes, that's
for
what they need to
UFC.
do something like that again because
They need
it would be better for up and comers and because there's too many. We got like the LFA, you got freaking Titan FC, which I love, and then you got what's the other one, King of the Cage, and it's like why?
You think they should have a minor league?
I think
pretty
that would
much.
be great,
Like
That's
a
what
minor,
Contender Series.
but like. It needs
but with
to
a
be
champ and stuff.
more often and bigger or something.
Like with like
Yeah.
build you up in like a smaller show.
I still want to see
It's like what you do in baseball,
other
right?
organizations, other organizations like super duper super
I like that too.
that are basically worth like the money belt, like what Mayweather and McGregor did. So it's not like an organization title. It's like, oh, you're winning like this. Like it's showing like.
I like the idea of being able to fight
Yeah.
all the. Yeah, I like
More
champ
worlds.
versus champ because I would love to see Douglas Lima
Mm.
combat a lot of the welterweights in Douglas Lima versus Masvidal.
Ali Malay
at 125.
versus Valentino.
I love Ali Malay. She's
It would
great.
be a great
The only
fight.
problem is
It would be a great fight,
Valentina's the best fighter
but
ever.
it would still be. She is honestly. I
It's the
think
only
she's-
problem. I mean, it's the only problem. She
she's
has no holes in
amazing.
the game. She has no
she's
holes in the
amazing.
game.
But it still would be a great fight.
It'd be a great fight. I love Ali Malay. I love
Entertainment
Ali Malay's
reasons,
jiu-jitsu.
so many reasons.
Ali Malay's jiu-jitsu is
Yeah.
great. Her showmanship. You want to talk about showmanship?
I
Did
know.
you see when she came out
I
in
love
Hawaii?
her.
With
You
the,
kidding me?
she's
I love
great.
her.
She doesn't realize that we
The
hung out
crossover
after
would
the
be sick.
garden because we were together separately, but it's
Yo,
okay.
it's all right. You were there together. Yo,
No, I don't know if you know.
because that's the only world that Cyborg and what's her face will have a rematch in. Nunes and Cyborg will only have a rematch in a super fight organization versus organization.
See, I
they
don't
need
like
to do
that fight. I know you like it, but I think
I do. I
Cyborg
just
gets
wanna see it
dusted
again.
again.
I just want to see it because if
I
she
don't
does, she
think so.
does. I think
I don't
that.
think she gets dusted like
I
that
think she
again.
marks.
You think she
yeah,
makes
she marks
adjustments?
Amanda Nunes.
Yeah.
Absolutely.
I think definitely. I think
Me too.
that'd be. I mean,
Watching all of her fights, even her first fight where she lost, her first fight ever, and then seeing like her come back and her whole history of like where she came. Yeah, no, I don't see her coming back. And
she's a beast.
and it's not even that just I love her as a person, but that's a big part of it.
A lot of people
She
love
was
Cyborg.
she was one of my favorite interviews, and she was like one of my earlier interviews. I just contacted her. I was like, oh, woman to woman.
So she trains at the RVCA gym in Cali, right?
She also has the she's got a lot of stuff she does. She trains in Cali. She's got the dual
That's Jason
citizenship.
Perillo.
Yep.
Jason Perillo is
Yep.
the head coach there.
She trains over in Brazil with Gabby Garcia, and they actually have a really fun relationship to watch them. Like their
Gabby,
videos are great. Her and Cyborg do some really great, just fun off the wall video. They're like literally watching two teenagers just like hang out together. It's so cute.
yeah, but Gabby Garcia is a
She's a fucking
225-pound
giant.
teenager.
Let me tell you something. People are like, oh, she's a bitch. I'm like, she's not an ugly chick. She's actually like decently good looking.
I don't
Chris
know.
Cyborg with makeup on isn't ugly. I'm sorry, she's not ugly with makeup on. She's pretty. I mean, she's not. I don't think she's ugly without it, but she's not a
You're very
terrible
nice,
looking.
Carrie. You're
I-
definitely, Carrie. You're
I-
definitely in the girls' corner.
I got a
You're
buddy
definitely
who likes
in the girl-
Cyborg. I got a
Really?
buddy-
What?
I got a buddy who likes Cyborg.
I don't know.
Guys, I don't
think
care what
there's
kind of
ugly-
fetish you have.
I think there's ugly
If you want to
chicks out
bang
there that look
Cyborg,
like-
have fun.
I don't
She's
know, I think
married
there's
to
uglier
Rael.
chicks out there, and I don't
Magical
want to sit there
Rael.
and talk shit about chicks, so that's not nice. But for me.
He's a Muay Thai fighter.
Oh,
Because you don't want me to start sitting there like that.
Really
Like,
good.
I'll start picking apart guys too. Be like, oh, let's go on this. Let's ride this thing out. Honestly, I'm like like anything will catch my. If I'm not attracted, but no, in a way, like if things catch my eye, not
So Cyborg caught your eye.
not in an attraction way. Just I think she has something that like people just look past, and I think prior to, and I don't want to say this because I know it's so mean to even go into it, but prior to all the allegations and her when she first started, she was so soft looking and had such a good.
What you think she got the
Changed
testosterone in
changed her
there?
dramatically.
That's
How
what-
big you think her
that's what it
clitoris
does.
is? You think her clit's like
that
that big?
definitely, I'm
'Cause I used to go
I'm
out
not
with a
gonna call her out
bodybuilder.
on camera, but off camera, I'll call her out. And there's a lot of speculation, and I can even show you pictures that I would speculate if she's done a lot of shit off the side that they just, I don't know, somehow fake. I don't know.
Is this Cyborg gate?
Not at all. No, not like a shooter. No, not even
Oh, she's not
that.
a dude.
There's only one fighter that got away with that, and that was Fallon Fox. And it was because she didn't disclose until they started doing serious testing and found there was something really wrong with her.
But wasn't that in Thailand? Don't they have ladyboys all the time? Shendy says
No,
she
no,
fought a ladyboy.
She was over. Fallon Fox was fighting here.
Oh.
She fought. I think the only time she lost to a girl was Ashley Evans Smith. Apart from that, she was like literally breaking girls' skulls. She was really hurt.
I know they push for this transgender shit, but
they need their own division. I'm sorry.
Let them have their own division. Yeah,
their own division.
You got a trans
unless
division.
you disclose and the girls complete. Don't. There's no reason for it.
I'm just saying that's the only reason.
And it's actually the only nice way to do it because then you can't go. Oh well, you can't fight. No, you can. But
let me ask you this: how come no one does it the other way? It's never a girl turning into a guy to fight men.
No. It's
right. It's never that way. It's always the other way. Why? Because there's an advantage when you do that. I don't give a fuck.
420.
If you're a guy that turns into a girl to fight girls, you have an advantage over a girl. Otherwise, you would see girls turn into guys to fight dudes. Why doesn't that happen?
There's a reason.
Fuck it. It might be an unpopular opinion. I know
How
the way
about
the
this?
world
You know
is.
what I think? There's something to be said too, and I don't want to see kids transition or take hormones when they're too young, but when you hit puberty and go through that, and then you're like, say, you transition in your 20s, you can't fight women. There's no, you have the muscle structure, the bone structure of a man. You cannot change DNA. I don't give a fuck what anybody says. You cannot scientifically change DNA.
And listen, a skilled
live and let live. I'm fine with it, but you still can't change DNA.
But hold on, a skilled woman, can beat a dude.
Well, yeah,
right? But
you're
all
talking about
things being
jujitsu and not
equal,
getting punched in the face.
but all
There's
things
something to be
being
said for that.
equal in a professional sport too, because there's a big push for this also in powerlifting. That trans women want to compete in the girls division.
Look at wrestling. There's
and it's not right.
My
Sal,
friend
right? What do you think about that?
What do I think about what?
Trans women, a guy that turns into a girl fighting women.
No good.
Thank you.
No,
Thank you.
Cool.
Now
we got bulldozer.
My friend Alicia Zapatella, that
security baby.
See, Alicia Zapatella, she was like points away out of the Olympics. She's been wrestling her entire life, and she said that she was fine and wrestled guys until puberty hits, and then she said there's just an innate difference that you can't get past, and you're gonna get. If
their skill is equal.
But it is. Yes.
If the skill
you're talking about two, they'll put them in the same division, and these people have been wrestling forever. So yeah, their skill is equal, but it's just you can't.
Yeah, I'm not a fan of it. I really can't ever get behind it.
No, you know what? More women and guys, more women and guys need to get behind it. For what does that say to young women that have grown up and worked their ass off to get what they get? That now, okay, your hard work doesn't count. Everything that you put into your whole life doesn't count because somebody else.
I'm good on
give them their own league.
Yeah,
I'm good on.
Oh, I don't want to watch it. Can you imagine
yeah,
a trans division? What a fucking shit show that would look like.
I'll pass on the trans division.
No, and you know what? And
well, you don't have to fight.
Off camera,
I don't want to watch it either.
Off camera, I'll tell you where we went wrong.
That's like a circus. Then it almost becomes a circus.
It is, and that's the problem. Is that most people go like this. They want to watch it, but they don't.
Oh, man.
I'm not gonna lie. It is what it
Fuck
is.
it. Were there any other fights you guys want to go over? Oh, what's coming up next week?
On Wednesday. We got Wednesday.
Wednesday. Oh, shit.
Calvin Cater versus Dan 50K Ige.
Ooh, I like Dan Ige too.
Yo, if you want to fight night, let me know.
And this is on Fight Island also.
I'm down. I'm down to do a fight. I'm trying to get. If you could get in, find Chris Cyborg.
Is that a fight night?
I think that. Well, every year they usually do International Fight Week in July, where they have like 3 fights in 1 week. I think they're kind of. I mean, this is nice. We got fights Saturday, Wednesday, Saturday in July.
I'm into
Where the fuck is the Flash? Is that what they call this thing?
Everything's on Fight Island, Abu Dhabi.
I like it. I don't care. I mean, I wish I would. No, I don't wish I was there at this point right now. Not in this point in time.
Oh, I wish I was there. I got Fight Island fever.
Oh, I got all the press. Every single press. This has never happened. I've been like, you could go on and apply for press credentials, right? That's one way of doing it. For the first time ever, because I'm in their press portal already, everybody got an invitation. You can go if you have your passport. If you have, they were pretty much inviting anybody that could get there. If you could get there, they would have. That would have been my first UFC fight covering it. I guarantee you, if I would have had a passport, and I know somebody that would have sent me there in a second. But it costs so much money. Like as a press person, it would be ridiculous for us to do that, and that's why there's not a lot of people, jumping to cover UFC Fight Islands because.
But just watching even
we're in pain in the ass to get there.
You guys in that respect, you know what I mean?
You're worried about women's rights there also.
There's a million reasons, 10 reasons why right now is not the time. Well, maybe it is because we'll get on that. off camera too. I got some shit.
But I was
Okay, so
watching-
there's another good fight on here. Tim
was good
Elliott versus Ryan Benoit. I like that.
I
A
don't
better fight than that. Jimmy Rivera, Cody Stamen.
Oh, that's
I like
a
this
great
fight.
fight. Jimmy
Rivera's
He's
great.
such a nice
At
guy.
a
Jimmy's
Tiger Showman
com-
story.
He's still
He's good
coming
people.
off that loss, right?
Mhm.
Coming off the loss to was it Peter? No.
Did he fight Jan? I'd have to look it up. But, I mean, Aljo looked
Oh,
good
you
against
press his name and it should come up.
I'm not
press
done
his
with this
picture.
picture. And then Cody Stamen, he's been looking good as well.
Yeah,
What's-
Cody Stamen just beat Boom, Brian Kelleher,
Mhm.
and I know that that's the fight that they were trying to get Morales.
Oh, this is at 145.
Yeah, that's.
They're both at 45. They moved up a weight class.
I like.
But Brian
that.
had a nice win right before that, so it was like,
Oh,
so
yeah,
you
yeah.
know,
These
maybe
guys are
he took
short
the
like
win,
me.
You know, maybe he took a fight.
Well, and then he took that fight like
Right.
2-3 weeks after. He
right
knocked that guy
after.
out.
It was right after.
And
So
that's what this time. I mean, if you're staying ready and you're healthy right now,
something to be separate.
and,
And you got to make money. You got to do what you got to do.
yeah, but everyone's situation is different.
Absolutely.
Not everyone can put together a fight
Absolutely.
camp. Not everyone can prepare.
And this is
Right.
what I keep talking about. This is why we all need to fight for our rights, because you know what, we're all that this community is going to get screwed the most. How are you going to open gyms? Which this is my argument, and this is why I'm organizing a protest.
I feel bad if the guys
At
go to
Lincoln
gyms
Park
right
up in
now.
Albany, because if you think about it, you can walk into Walmart, Marshalls, all these public places and not even have to leave your name. Nobody bats an eye. Nobody says a word. Yet a gym that is not a public place, you have to be a member, can't be open. The public can't just walk in there. You have to be a member to go to a gym. What the fuck is the problem?
And
And they're
even-
so sanitized now, especially
And even if you're, and what about
Stupid.
pros? Pros should be allowed to train without
420%.
limit. It's a profession.
It is.
Yeah.
They're professional athletes.
There's no reason they should limit that.
It makes
I
no sense.
understand
It's not right.
wanting
It's
to
not
limit
right.
the regular gym, which I still think that's not right.
Go and get your nails done. Listen, I am in the profession of doing that. I'm a hairstylist. I could say that nails are probably, and this is, people are going to get really mad at me right now, but it's probably, what do I care? The dirtiest